Hello everyone and welcome back to the breakdown. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to start a Minecraft 1.13.1 server. 1.13.1 came out today and we've been waiting for this update because one, it makes things a lot more stable, especially in regards to servers, and two, with this new, I did one on my finger, with this new update we're going to be doing a very in-depth server tutorial here. It might be the longest server tutorial we've ever done, but don't let that scare you. The reason this is such a long video, the reason it seems like it's going to be so complicated is because I'm trying to make it not complicated. I'm going through and solving every single problem that we saw commonly come up on our 1.13 server tutorial so you don't have them and so you can actually get your server up and running. With that being said though, this isn't a server that's going to be up and running all of the time. It's only going to be up and running when your computer is running. It's not going to be like 24/7. Anyone can join at any time. It's only working when your computer is running and you're actively running the server, like you've opened up the server console. On top of that, this is going to be hosted on your IP address. What that means is that you don't want to give this IP to everybody. You only want to give it to people you trust, like your friends, your family, people like that. You don't want to give it to just anybody online, like in the comment section of this video. Don't do that. Don't post it, because if you do, that means you could get DDoS. That means whoever has that IP address could be like finding your location, your latitude and longitude coordinates and all that stuff. And like I said, you can get DDoS, which just slows down your internet and it's just annoying. So this is a server that you only want to play with your friends and your family on. You don't want to play with anyone else, and you're only going to be able to play on it when you're actively running it and probably actively playing on it, to be honest. From that point though, what if you don't want that? What if you want a server that's up all the time? What if you want anyone in the world to be able to join it? What if you don't want to have to use your own computer's resources? You're going to need a computer with at least 16 gigabytes of RAM to really and truly effectively run a Minecraft server while also playing Minecraft. What if that's the case? Well, luckily, I have a solution for you, and that solution is GameServers. You can check out the first link down below, the breakdown.xyz/MC server, and get an awesome DDoS-protected Minecraft server. Again, that's just $1 a month to get a great vanilla server for you and a couple of your friends. If you want to see more information on setting up a game server, you can check out the eye at the top of the screen right now, in the top right, and it's going to show you everything you need to know to get a game server set up. Super easy. Like, you don't have to enter any code or anything like that. It's just clicking a few buttons and you have your server up and running. That's not the case with this one, but this one is free, whereas GameServers, you got to give them $1. So go check that out. First link down below, the breakdown.xyz/MC server. We use GameServers and we absolutely love them. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and get our 1.13 server set up for just you and your friends. So once we're here, all we want to do is go to the second link down below and it'll take you here. This is actually our 1.13 server tutorial. We go in depth with this thing, going over everything that you need to get your server up and running. If I go a bit fast in this tutorial, like this video, guess what? You can come here and reference this because it's all going to be covered here, except some of the stuff that we do, like the jar fix and things like that. That's more of this video specific, but this is just the general server tutorial, and if you want to take it slow and take it at your own pace, this is a great place to do it. But when we're here, we want to come down and click on this green download button. This is going to take us over to Minecraft.net, and then we want to click it right down here, set up your own Minecraft server. Click that, and here on this page where it says download the Minecraft Java Edition server, we want to click on download Minecraft_server.1.13.1. Click on that, and it's going to download it in the bottom left down here. Now, there is nearly a 100% chance that it will ask you if you want to keep this file. This is a 100% safe file, guys. It is literally hosted on Minecraft.net. So if you've downloaded Minecraft, you've downloaded something from Mojang, who owns Minecraft, and Minecraft.net before. So we're good. We can keep this file down here in the bottom left, and it will save to my desktop. Now, if this isn't on your desktop, don't freak out. All you've got to do is click on the little Windows icon in the top left. For me, it's probably in the bottom left of your screen, but it's going to open up this, and then just type in downloads. This will open up a download folder right here. Click on downloads, and you can click this and drag the server file that's in your downloads folder to your desktop. Once it's on your desktop, we want to create a new folder by right-clicking, creating a new folder, exactly like that, and you can title this whatever. I'm just going to title it play.breakdowncraft.com. Why would I title it that? Oh, that's because that's actually our public 24-hour server IP. We've got SMP, we've got Kit PvP, we've got all that stuff. Come play with us, play.breakdowncraft.com. But that's not what we're doing here. Just you have to throw in a little bit of a server promo there. But anyway, let's go ahead and just take this server file we downloaded and drag it into our server folder here. Now, once we open this up, we can just go ahead and double click on this server file, and it will go ahead and generate some things and do some stuff. And as you can see, we've got logs, and it's going to generate EULA and all that stuff. But what if yours doesn't do that? No worries, guys. Just come up here to the third link down below, and it'll take you here. This is our Java tutorial, where you can actually go and download the Java JDK, which is needed in order to install servers and install Minecraft mods and all sorts of stuff. So once you're here, just follow this tutorial and it'll get you set up nicely. There's the download link. Now, if you come back and double click on this and it still doesn't work, well, we've still got another fix for you. In that case, you want to go to the fourth link down below, and it's going to take you here, which is jar fix, right? Scroll down, and right down here, you can see download from the author's website. Click that, and it's just going to download a .exe program, run it, and you're done. It's going to fix the jars for you on your computer, make sure all the directories are in place and where they need to go, and then double click on this and it should work. You should get EULA and everything like that. Once you've got EULA, you want to double click on it. It should just open in TextEdit or Notepad here. Now, what we want to do is go to this address, and if this EULA isn't going to break the server, or sorry, if this server isn't going to break the EULA, then you want to come over here and type EULA, change it from false to true, TRUE, exactly like that. Then go ahead and click File, Save, close out of this, and now we want to again double click on the server file here. So when we double click on it this time, it's going to go ahead and actually open up a window. This right here, our server management profile. Now, a lot of you guys were asking in the last video, how do you add more RAM to your server? Well, once our spawn area is prepared, once your server is set up like this for the first time, we're going to stop it, and I'm going to show you how to add more RAM. So there we go. Now, for most people, this is going to work. Say it's just you and a couple of friends. You don't need to do this next step. But if it's saying like, can't keep up, need more RAM, Java's running out of memory, things like that, right here on the server console, just go ahead, type stop on your server, exactly like that. It's going to close out of everything. Then we want to come down here, right click, create a new text document. And you don't have to title this anything, just go ahead and open up your new text document. Then you want to go to the description, and there are some codes in the description, and whatever those codes are, right, you're going to be able to go down there and find them, and they'll be like this. There'll be one for 1 gigabyte of memory. That's what this is. There'll be one for 2 gigabytes of memory. Now, all the way up to 6 gigabytes of memory down below in the description. I'm going to go ahead, copy this code, just like you will from the description, and paste it over here in your new text document. Once you've done that, you just want to go ahead and click File, Save As, and then you want to save this file as a run, R-U-N, just like that, .bat file. So run.bat, that's what you want to name this file, and you want to come down here to Save Type As and change that to all files right here. Click that, click Save, and now we can close out of our text document. We can actually delete the new text document we created, right? Now, if you want to go ahead and double click on the Windows batch file here, this is going to instead run your server with this, which is just CMD, but it's going to allow you to have more RAM on your server. Want to add more RAM? All you've got to do is right click on this run file, click Edit here, and then change this number, these two numbers right here from the description down below. You can find those other ones and just paste it in here and you'll be good. Doesn't matter how much RAM you use, just depends on how much RAM you need. The more players, the more RAM. So now that we've got this up and running, we're actually going to go ahead and stop everything, right? So I'm going to stop the server again just by typing stop, press any key to continue, just hit enter there. Now what we want to do is come up here again to the top left for me, probably in the bottom left of your screen, and all you want to do is click on that Windows icon. This time we're going to type in CMD here, then go ahead and right click on command prompt, and then you want to run it as an administrator. Once you're in this, you want to type ipconfig, ipconfig, exactly like this, hit enter, and it will open up all of this stuff right here. And basically, what you want from here are two numbers. You want your default gateway, and you want your IPv4 address. You see that? You want both of those things, and we're going to use both of those things. First and foremost, let's go ahead and open up our browser here. Now, we need to open up a new tab on your browser. Just, Control-T on your browser opens up a new tab. But we want to open up a new tab on your browser here, and in this new tab, you want to find your default gateway right over here. As you can see, default gateway, and you want to type that into your browser. Now for me, that's 192.168.1.1. Yours is most likely completely different from that. But guess what? That is perfectly okay. It's set up to be that way. It's set up to be different. And if it's not, then that's fine too. Whatever your default gateway is, type it right there in your browser and hit enter. It will open up a page that most likely is completely different from what you're seeing on your screen right now. That's okay though. It's probably going to have a login box on it, and in that login box you want to enter your router's username and password. How do you find that? Well, we've got an article on it. I think this is the 5th or 6th link in the description. I don't know, but everything down there is clearly marked. But this right here is where it'll take you. So you can find your router's password, and it gives you a few different methods. Start with method 1 and work all the way down through method 5 to get your router's password up and running and log into your router. For me, it's pretty easy. With a Linksys router, it's got a web portfolio. I've got it saved in LastPass. I just click sign in, and it logs me right on into my router. Now, once you're in your router, it's probably going to look completely different from what you're seeing here. But what we're looking for is port forwarding. But port forwarding goes by many different names. It goes by apps and gaming. It goes by NAT gaming, N-A-T gaming. It goes by just NAT, N-A-T. It goes by NAT forwarding. It goes by virtual servers. You're hearing all these different things. These are all different things that port forwarding could be called in your router. So for me, it's under security. It's under security here, and then it's going to be under apps and gaming. Now for you, it's most likely under advanced or advanced. On Netgear routers, you literally have to go to like your administration tab and then in the advanced tab to get to port forwarding. For me, it's apps and gaming, but then I also need to click on single port forwarding here. Once you've found this, you're going to see something similar to this right here. It's going to ask for like a title or a name of the port forward. It's going to have an external port or an end port or something like that. And then it's going to have an internal port or a starting port or things of that nature. Then it's going to have a protocol, a device IP, and then whether to turn it on and off. For me to get all this to show up, I have to add a new single port forward. You might have to just add. You might just have a bunch of rows of boxes that you need to fill in one of them. You don't have to fill out all of those rows of boxes. But once you've found something that looks like this, it should have a few different options for port here, 2. Some may have a few more, but 2 is typically what you see. It should have the ability to choose a protocol of some sort. Maybe it says TCP/UDP. Maybe it just says one of these, but it's probably some sort of a drop-down box. And it's going to have some sort of an IP address. Now, this might also say just device. And if that's the case, it's going to be a drop-down box, and you just want to select your PC. Otherwise, we're going to put our IPv4 address here, but we'll get to that in a second. So to add your port forward, you need to name it. Naming it doesn't matter. I'm just going to name this Minecraft. For our external port, or whatever it says for you with port, you're just going to put 25565. For your internal port, you're going to put 25565. Guess what? Whatever it says for port, you're going to be putting that number right there. 25565. Whatever it says for port, put that in. Once you've done that, for protocol, you just want to change it to TCP/UDP, UDP/TCP, both. You just want to make sure that each of these are selected, like both of them. You might have to do 2 port forwards, one for each protocol, but you want to make sure both of them are selected in some way. Once you've done that, we need the device IP. Now that's going to be our IPv4 address. We can find that over here in command prompt, right? IPv4 address is right there. In my case, that's 192.168. It's got that filled in for us. And then it is .1.123. So let's do that. .1.123. Now we click save, we click apply, and the port forward is done. If you have any issues with the port forward, guys, all you want to do is go to this article in the description. I'm going to be doing a video actually for this page. It'll be right here. And we're going to be going in depth with a few different routers showing you how to access port forwarding. Because I think it's a valuable tutorial. I think it's something you guys need, and it'll be hosted right here on this this page. So you guys will be able to see that. But this is our in-depth guide to port forwarding. Gives you some different names for port forwarding. Just kind of walks you through everything. But specifically, you can also ask questions about port forwarding down here. I answer them all, as you can tell. So great stuff there. But yeah. That's how you port forward. The hard part of starting a Minecraft server is done. So let's go ahead and minimize our browser here. I'm going to close out a CMD, and I'm just going to go ahead and open up our server properties. So this file right here, we want to right click on it, and then you might have to open with here and then find Notepad, you know, like look for another app or click more apps and find Notepad. But basically you want to open this properties file with Notepad like this. In here, you want to put your IPv4 address next to server IP, right? 192.168.1.123 is what ours was. Yours is most likely completely different, but whatever it is, put it in right here next to server IP. Now, there is a bit of a troubleshoot here. Let's say you do have an issue with people not being able to join your server. Your firewalls are turned off, your antivirus is turned off, still not working. You could try to put your public IP right here. We'll talk about that here in a second, but that's just some foreshadowing. of some troubleshooting we'll be doing when most people have gotten their servers working. If you're still having an issue at the end of the video, we're going to do some more troubleshooting. So once we're done with that, we can go ahead and run our server. And at this point, the server is set up. Your friends should be able to join it, assuming there's no like firewalls or anything blocking it. And we're opening up Minecraft here, opening up 1.13.1. And we're going to join this server. Now, there are a few ways to join the server. You're going to have two ways, actually. Your friends are only going to have one way to join the server. So for you, you can join either your IPv4 address or your public IP address, right? So we're going to start off with our IPv4 address. So we're going to just direct connect here to our IPv4 address, which again, in my case, was 192.168.1.123. Whatever yours was, enter it right here. You can pull it up in CMD again if you need to. But go ahead and click Join Server. We're going to see my name pop up over here, and we will in fact have joined the server. There it is. As you can see, Nix Games has joined the server. So we are in fact in this server. It is up and running for us. However, if you give that IP address that you just entered, your IPv4 address, what a spawn! Oh, here you go. There's the seed. What? Unknown command? I don't believe it. I'll type it over here for you guys. There's the seed to this world if you want to spawn right next to, what is that? I forget what those are called. But, yeah, pretty awesome stuff there. But nevertheless, you can join your server this way. But we don't really care about that. How do your friends join your server, right? Well, that's pretty simple. All we want to do is go up here and then go to a link in the description, and it's going to be probably titled Find Your IP Address or something, and it's going to take you to this page. Now, the thing about this page is it shows you all the stuff people can find out with your IP address. So there's a big black box over here, but it's got your latitude and longitude coordinates, your zip code, your town, everything is over here. That's why you only want to give this to people you trust. Also, there's a black box right in this area over the first, 3 numbers of my IP address. You're going to only be able to see the end 18128 because you don't want to give your IP address out to everybody, guys. That's the thing. You don't want to do that. And because of that, we aren't. There's a black box, right? So all you want to do is copy your public IP address here, right like so. I'm going to open Minecraft back up and just pull that over everything. Just use that as my blur box. And then we want to direct connect here to your server address. Now, this is your public IP address, and this is what you're going to want to give to your friends. So just, copy it from whatsmyip.com, give it to them, paste it to them, basically Discord it to them. I don't care. Email it, whatever you want to do. Send it on a letter. I don't care. This is what your friends are going to join with. And then click Join Server. If we come over here and open up the CMD again of our server, we'll be able to see that we lost connection there, but then rejoined with the public IP. Great stuff. We are now in the world, and our server is officially set up. Congrats! If you're at this point and you can join with your public IP, your friends can join with your public IP, well then guess what? Your server is running. But what if they can't? What if your friends can't join with that server? Also, to those of you who have this working, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, by the way. We make tons of in-depth, awesome tutorials like this every single week. We do tons of Minecraft Let's Plays. You'll love it. So go ahead and like and subscribe. But for those of you who are having issues, what do you do? Where do you start? Well, the first thing you want to do is turn off your firewall. And that can be done using Windows Defender and turning off your firewall like that. You also want to turn off your antivirus. For example, if I wanted to turn off mine, I could come up here and just go ahead and quit Avast. You have to open it. Avast is not the best antivirus, by the way. I wouldn't recommend using it, but that's just what I have. And you can turn off Avast if you open the Avast user interface here and then go in here and turn all your protections off, right? Now, every antivirus is going to be different on that, but Windows Defender, I would recommend turning that off. But mostly, you're not going to have any issues there. You're going to have issues here in your router. And the reason this is where you're going to have issues is because most likely there's a firewall of some sort in here. As you can see, my firewalls are actually right here, all of them enabled. But if people were having trouble connecting to my Minecraft server, I could come in here and turn these firewalls off. Now, I would recommend turning them back on once you're done playing Minecraft, but if you're having issues, that's most likely where it comes from. It could also be an issue with your port forward. So make sure you've done this correctly. Make sure you're forwarding on both protocols. Make sure it's your device IP, right? Now, there's one more thing that could be causing an issue, like a major issue with people not being able to join your server. And that is, unfortunately, if you're hosting your server on an IPv6 address. How do you know this? Well, your IP will have numbers and letters in it and things like that. And as I know right now, there's no way to start a Minecraft server with an IPv6 address. It's unfortunate, and I'm very sorry about that, but that's just the case, right? Most people have both an IPv6 and an IPv4. Whatsmyip.com, guess what? They give you your IPv4 address. So if they returned an IPv6 address, you don't have one. and that is unfortunate, but there's nothing I can do. I'm following these updates, right? There is plans to integrate IPv6 with Minecraft, but as it sits right now, that is not the case, and it's not happening. So, yeah, that's where we're at. But hopefully, with that troubleshooting there, you've gotten your server up and running here like we have. If you have, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We make awesome in-depth tutorials, like I said earlier, like this every single day of the week. We do Let's Plays. We've got some awesome videos coming up on our Minecraft server, play.breakdowncraft.com. Come play with us over there if you would like. But, yeah, that's the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. My name is Nick. This has been The Breakdown, and I'm out, guys. Peace.